love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and
you. Hey, welcome to WBGR Sports Network and the Tom the Bomb Sports Talk Show. And this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. If you don't think it's a great day, just try missing one. And we LOVE love sports on the Tom the Bomb Show. I'm your host, Tommy Wood. Got another fantastic show for you guys today. Hey, as usual, we want to start off. We always want to thank God for the new thing that he's doing for us in 2024. Of course, this year, our theme is the year of fixed purpose, and that when we keep our eye on the prize, it will allow us to ignore life's daily distraction. Hey, got no trivia today, no poll questions. Today we're doing it's the Olympics. We're doing the Olympics today, so that's what we're going to be covering. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's go start with the 2024 Paris Olympics. Hey, we're starting off. Let's start talking about the fastest man in the world. Actually resides right here in the DMV and hails from Alexandria, Virginia. And that's Mr. Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles delivered on his promise of bringing home the gold medal in the men's 100-meter race in the Paris Olympics in a photo finish by 5 1,000ths of a second, becoming the first American to win the 100 meters since 2004. I believe that was Gatlin that won in 2004. In the closest men 100-meter race since 1980. Man, Noah Lyles didn't cross the finish line first, but, technicalities, they say your chest has to hit across, but still he takes home the Olympic gold. Noah Lyles stayed calm and composed, holding his smooth technique all the way to the line. I read it where he said he wanted to be patient because I don't think he's a really good starter out of the block. But he said, I just got to be patient. I got to run my race and trust that I'll make it up. And he did. He hawked them down. So like I said, he stayed calm and composed. He held his smooth technique all the way to the finish line. With an identical time of 9.79, the same as the silver medalist, Deshaun Thompson of Jamaica. Lyles was in last place until 50 meters, and then he surged past the field to take the gold at the tape, reaching a top speed of 27 miles an hour. Now, for most of us, we're never in our lives going to run that fast, not ever. But, Tom the Bomb's a biker. I ride my bike. I got a road bike. I got a hybrid bike. I like bikes, like my cars. But sometimes when I'm on my road bike, I can actually get up to, to 25, 30 miles an hour. And that is so unbelievably fast. When we're in our cars and you're driving 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, it feels like you're hardly moving. But I'm going to tell you, man, 25 miles an hour on a bike, that's flying. That's flying. So for a human being to actually be running 27 miles an hour, that is unbelievable. So he actually hit a top speed of 27 miles an hour. Olympian Michael Johnson called it the greatest 100-meter race that he's ever seen. And he said, we didn't even know who won for a few minutes. Lyles will now turn his focus to the 200-meter and the 4x4 relay, the 4x100 relay. They haven't decided whether or not they're going to allow him to run, but he's to the point now where he's like, you know what, I might as well go for it and see if I can get 4 medals. So congratulations to Alexandria, Virginia native, the fastest man in the world, Noah Lyles. I'm so glad he did it, boy, because man, he was selling big time wolf tickets, man. And I was like, as much as he was talking, I was like, this guy better win. He better win. And man, it was really, really close, man. So congratulations to Noah Lyles, the fastest man in the world, resides right here in the DMV. All righty. Hey, moving on. In the women's 100-meter final, St. Lucian's Julian Alfred wins the Olympic gold medal, but not without a bit of controversy, as Sha'Carri Richardson of the U.S. took home the silver medal in the women's 100 meter. Now, Julian Alfred shocked the world by winning the women's 100 final at the Paris Olympics in rainy conditions. Alfred ran a national record 10.72 to win the gold medal. It's the first ever Olympic medal for St. Lucia. You know, their first ever medal is a gold medal. That's actually pretty cool. But think about that. The whole country, it's the first medal that they ever won for their whole country. So, hey, congratulations to that. But, you know, there was controversy. Controversy came, okay? And controversy came in who was missing in the 100-meter final. Plenty of star power due to the absence of Jamaica's three stars, Elaine Thompson Herah, who suffered a season-ending Achilles injury. Shericka Jackson, she withdrew from the 100 just before the Olympics competition. And then finally, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce shockingly scratched just before the start of the semifinal. So, you tell you what's going on. So there was some commotion at the gate where the Jamaican team, actually along with Sha'Carri Richardson, wasn't allowed to enter the gate that they had been using all week, causing them to miss critical warm-up time before the 100 meters finals. Later word came out that Fraser-Pryce was injured during warm-ups, which is why she withdrew. I think that's just spin, though. I really do. It was reported that Sha'Carri Richardson and Fraser-Pryce wasn't allowed ample time to warm up before the women's 100-meter final. As a matter of fact, they say Sha'Carri Richards didn't even get a chance to set her own blocks, her starting block, and she came out the gate flat. You know, you're going to run a race like that and you're not going to warm up. I mean, if you watch Noah Lyles in the men's 100 meter, man, that guy was jumping 2 and 3 feet off the ground before the race even started. And to think that Sha'Carri Richardson would run her most important race of her life, for sure, of the year, and not have the chance to warm up. And Fraser-Pryce, you know, she pulled out because she was like, I'm not going to run. You know, I could injure myself if I'm not properly warmed up. So according to footage that's surfacing on the internet, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is trying to come through to where her designated warm-up area was. In a shocking turn of events, the Jamaican athlete was denied entry by the security guards present at the venue. Now, you know, all of the Olympic athletes, they have these badges that they wear around their neck. And these badges, you know, just like any other kind of security, that's what's supposed to get you past the gatekeeper. That's what's supposed to get you in. And then on top of that, she's the most popular sprinter probably in the world. You know, her and Sha'Carri Richardson, and you know they don't know who she is, and she was denied entry by the security guards that was present at the venue. They informed the Jamaican sprinter to go around and enter the venue through a different gate. Now, if you haven't been to Paris, and you say, well, you're just going to have to go to another gate. But it took them an hour to go from where they normally have been going in to another gate. And these changes were made overnight. So it's not like, so what the ruling changes they made was that if you're staying on campus, then say the United States team is staying on campus, they all come in one bus and they let that bus through the gate. But Sha'Carri Richardson and Pryce Fraser, they had their own, you know, they wasn't staying on campus. So they had their own transportation. So when they pulled up to the gate, they wouldn't let them in. So they made them go around to another gate, and it took them a whole hour. And like I said, if you've ever been to Paris, first of all, without the Olympics, traffic is terrible. It really is. So I can't even imagine what it's like to be in Paris right now with the Olympics going on. And it took them a whole hour to get around to the gate. And that's why Shelly-Ann Pryce, she scratched and withdrew. And basically what happened was Sha'Carri Richardson just jumped on the track and ran. And, she still won the silver, but that's not the way you want to do this race, the most important race of the year. It's just crazy. And like I said, the gate rules were changed overnight, and the IOC in France, they came up with this old, I think, kind of a lame excuse, basically saying that one of the officials had gotten hit by a car, so they decided they wasn't going to let anybody else come through the gate other than buses. But they did it overnight without informing the other athletes. So that's just crazy. Just like Noah Lyles was kind of selling a lot of wolf tickets, and I was like, this dude better win. But Sha'Carri Richardson didn't do that, but Sha'Carri Richardson was a heavy favorite to win the 100 meters. And she got the silver medal, and I don't even want to say that Julian Alfred came out of nowhere, because they're all world-class sprinters. But, if you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, it's easy to just say, well, she just got beat. But if you don't know the circumstances, if you didn't get a chance to warm up for the 100-yard meters, the race you've been working for the last 4 years, that's kind of lame. That's kind of ridiculous. Moving on. Gymnastics comes to a close in Paris. Okay. Now, gymnastics, they saved the drama for the last day. Simone Biles failed to earn a gold medal, but her teammate Jordan Chiles earned a bronze medal after a judge's inquiry into the difficulty part of her sport. A fall on the balance beam knocked Biles out of medal contention entirely, and then 2 steps on her floor exercise. And the balance beam, that's not her thing, but she's Simone Biles, so she's the GOAT. She's won medals on the balance beam before, but her wheelhouse is the floor exercise. And like I said, she had 2 step outs on the floor exercise, and that demoted Biles from the gold to the silver behind Brazil's Rebecca Andre on the floor exercise. Now, Biles landed awkwardly in warm-ups on the floor, performing her Biles 2 tumbling pass. She stuck the first pass, but was clearly headed out of bounds on her second pass. She made the same mistake on her final move, and the deduction for stepping out of bounds twice, reduction resulting in a 14.133, just behind Andre's 14.166. So she was in first place for the gold, but when she stepped out, they had to take those deductions from her score, and that would cause her to drop to 14.166 and to end up getting the silver medal in really her very, very best event. But Jordan Chiles knocked out of a spot in the all-around by a 2-limit per country rule, despite finishing 4th overall. You can only have, this is another rule they included, because if that's the case, the United States would have had 3 gymnasts in the overall. But they put this rule in where you can only have 2 gymnasts from one country. So that automatically bumped Jordan Chiles out, because Biles and Lee took the 1 and 2 spots. So Jordan Chiles finally got her moment. Initially, it appeared that Jordan Chiles finished out of the medal competition, but her coaches submitted an inquiry about the difficulty of her score. And after review, the judges bumped her score from 13.66 to 13.766, moving her into the bronze medal position. And overcome Chiles, she just been over in disbelief as Biles, one of her closest friends, came over to grab her in a big hug. It's really nice because Jordan Chiles had been suffering in the gymnastic community, and you don't see a lot of minorities. You don't see a lot of minorities in gymnastics, and it's really kind of the same way in golf and even tennis as well. And so Jordan Chiles was at a crossroads where she was about to get out of the game, and Simone Biles brought her to Texas and put her in her gym and started the training. And she said the first thing, they didn't work on any skill stuff. The only thing they worked on was her confidence, just building her confidence back up. And she medaled. So So it wasn't a perfect finish for either Biles or the USA, but the Americans still leave with 8 medals in total, 8 medals in total. And of the 5 women on the team, 4 out of 5 of the women each won at least one individual medal uh, to go with their team goal. They won the overall team as well. So their performance serves as validation against the critics, including one former teammate who questioned the merits of this roster. Injuries at the trials opened the door for an essential redo from the Tokyo Olympics team, reuniting Simone Biles and Jordan Childs and Sunisa Lee and Jade Carey. And so basically each one of them arrived in Paris with their own personal demons to slay. That's why they was calling it, i.e., the Redemption Tour. Okay, so Simone Biles is going to be 31 years old when the next Olympics roll around in 2028 for the Los Angeles Olympics. Going to be in the United States, the next Olympics. So, what's next for Simone Biles? She basically hasn't shut the door on not performing in LA in the next Olympics. But like I said, she'll be 31 in 2028. She's 27 now, and at 27 years old, she's the oldest woman to win an overall gymnast a gold medal since 1952. So that's something there too. Just kind of a fun facts. I told you guys Lori loves the Olympics, so she's watching almost every night. But I was watching some specials on it, and there's been swimming going on, and I'm listening to them, and they made this announcement. They said, and this kind of blew me away. If you guys have watched the swimming, the women, the swimsuits that the women wear, and they were saying that it takes 45 minutes for them to put that suit on. And I was thinking, 45 minutes? How does it take 45 minutes to put a swimsuit on? But if you see how like skin tight, we all know about painted on jeans. If you look at this, the women in the swimming pool, those swimming leotards or swimming suits are they're so skin tight and aerodynamic that they say it takes them 45 minutes just to put that suit on. That's amazing. That kind of blew my mind. I was like, wow, really? I was like, dude, it's gonna take me 45 minutes to put my swimming suit on. Tom Bomb ain't going swimming. Just a fun fact I thought I'd throw out there. Let's move on. Novak Djokovic defeats Carlos Alcaraz for the Olympic gold. Kimmy, here's our tennis section of this. Now, even as Novak Djokovic's era of dominance touched every other significant tournament in the world, the Olympics remain a void that he just couldn't fill. He's had some terrible defeats in the Olympics. His lifelong pursuit of a gold medal, and surely with possibly going to be his final realistic Olympic opportunity at age 37, the Joker refused to let the moment pass him by as he produced a masterful performance to hold off the younger Carlos Alcaraz 7-6-3 and 7-6-2 in two brutal quality sets and became a gold medalist at last. Now, he is now the oldest tennis player to win an Olympic singles gold medal, which he achieved without dropping a set. Now, this is such a fantastic story because on this same court, exactly 2 months ago, he tore his meniscus during his French Open 4th-round match, and then he underwent surgery a day later. So that really kind of made his run that he made earlier this year at Wimbledon for the Wimbledon final on his return. That was remarkable in itself because he was coming off that meniscus surgery, and we talked about that on the show. How Alcaraz had a wounded animal. He was like he was playing a wounded animal, and he ran him to death. So, like I said, it was quite remarkable in itself. But he got flattened by Alcaraz at Wimbledon. So, in light of that defeat, he began the Olympic final as a clear underdog to the younger 21, 22-year-old Alcaraz. But from the beginning, the Joker made it clear that this would be different. He flew out the blocks. He was striking the ball with depth and penetration as he looked to take the ball early and take time from the Spaniard. Alcaraz soon found out his rhythm was off. His forehands were maddening. He renewed his mobility. His defense was incredible, and his intensity was very, very high. The Joker continued to serve extremely well, and he kept Alcaraz guessing with smart net forays and his impeccable shot selection. And basically, the Joker, it was a tough match back and forth. Like I said, it was a brutal 2-set, but the Joker never really looked back, ending a masterpiece of a 92-minute set with a drop volley winner at full stretch. You know, it was just amazing when you just think, because in fact, we can just go back. We specifically remember talking about this on the Tom LeBomb show. Is the Joker over? Is he at his end? You know, he's 37. Alcaraz is 21. Is he just too old? Now, we knew he had, you know, the meniscus surgery on his knee, so he was kind of playing wounded and hurt. And I remember, and I think I even said this. You know, I would like to see them play again when the Joker's knee is better. And man, just that time from Wimbledon to the Olympics, I guess getting the rest and therapy and the PT on his knee, man, it was a masterful game he displayed. In his desperation to win, the Joker elevated his level in the final stretch, playing a dominant tiebreak to seal an unforgettable win. And you can tell how emotional it was, because Joker's a pretty cool dude, you know. And boy, he wept. I mean, he wept like a baby. He wept of joy and relief. He ran in the stands and grabbed his daughter and his team. The Joker's triumph is an extraordinary achievement for so many reasons. His resilience has yielded one of the greatest triumphs of his career. I kind of equate this to, if I can kind of swing this with golf, for our golf fans out there, when you guys remember that when Jack Nicklaus won the 1986 Masters, it was Jack Nicklaus' last Masters, or last major. It was the last Masters and his last major. And they had written an article saying that Jack was too old and that he was over the hill and he had no chance in this Masters. He was there strictly as a ceremonial golfer, and Jack turned back the clock on him and won that 86 Masters. That's still my second favorite tournament of all time. But that's kind of what this Olympic match with the Joker and Alcaraz was like. He was a clear underdog against the younger Alcaraz, who had just thrashed him at Wimbledon. Come on, man, y'all saw that. He thrashed him at Wimbledon. But man, if you watch this match, like I said, from the very beginning, man, the Joker was hitting that ball. He was pinning him deep. He was moving him side to side. He was charging the net. There was no effect of his knee being bothered. And so it's a difference between getting a healthy Joker and a wounded Joker. Okay. You know, they say you're not supposed to corner a wounded animal. Well, Alcaraz did corner him. He ran him to death. Okay, but that knee obviously got better. And like I said, it was an extraordinary achievement for just so many reasons: health, age, you know, coming off that defeat, thinking about all the other disappointments that he had in the Olympics, because that plays on when there's some place that you just can't win, it becomes a mental thing too. So this was a mental thing for the Joker to be able to win at the Olympics, and I definitely believe, you know, of the 24 majors that the Joker has, I think that this was his best win ever. And he said so out of his own mouth, that he felt like that this was his greatest win ever. So it was a tremendous match. If you guys didn't see it, go back and watch the highlights. It was very, very, very entertaining. Real quick, just on the women's side, I was talking to Kimmy about this, and Coco Gauff is a fine young player. She's just not Serena Williams, and she's not Venus Williams. And I think we want Coco to be a Williams so bad, and She's just not. She's Coco. She's not Venus. She's not Serena. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Coco can be Coco. But she's not a Williams. She didn't have Richard Williams as her daddy. and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna keep it PG rating and just say that's all I'm gonna say about that. Coco didn't have Richard Williams as her daddy, so when you say, man, Coco should be doing better, she should be doing more. Man, let Coco be Coco, man. She's just not a Williams, and it's unfair for us, to try to say this is the next Venus or this is the next Serena. Ain't gonna be no next Serena. Ain't gonna be no next Venus. So with that's what we're gonna say about on the women's side. Let's take a break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna be talking more Olympics. We're gonna be talking about golf, one of my favorite sports. So let's take a break, and then we'll be right back.
When it comes to cost and quality, you simply cannot do better than Window Nation. For about half the cost of national brands, you get equal if not better quality, saving you thousands of dollars. Right now, get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. There's no limit. Plus, put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest for 24 months. Get a free in-home estimate and we'll give you a free gas card. Go to windownation.com for additional details or call 866-95-NATION.
Sheltered by the Sea of Cortez, Danzante Bay is a pure and peaceful oasis, an uncrowded retreat where your options are as vast as your views. If you're seeking a vacation that defines luxury and the true relaxation, look no further than Villa del Palmar at the Islands of Loreto. A splendor of true Mexican hospitality effortlessly blends with rich materials and insatiable comforts to bring guests the ideal home experience. With its quiet beaches, scenic vistas, rich history, and an astounding surrounding natural habitat, you'll feel as though you've been swept off to paradise. Not to be outdone, Reese Jones has crafted TPC Danzante Bay, a brilliant, multi-themed 18-hole golf course that runs over and through valleys, arroyos, dunes, and foothills. From every angle, striking images of the islands of Loreto and the surrounding mountain range take your breath away, while the challenging yet rewarding Baja Golf Course beckons you to return for more. It is an honor and my pleasure to welcome you to the world's most beautiful sunset and so much more.
Talking Windows with Harley and Aaron and special guest Mina.
As a business owner, I only partner with the best.
That's definitely Window Nation.
And experience matters, Harley.
Well, Mina, we have installed over 1 million windows.
And you guys have the best customer service.
Check. 97% customer satisfaction. Plus the best deals.
Now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free with no limit. Plus, put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest for 24 months.
That's why I'm proud to partner with Window Nation.
The perfect fit.
And we're back. Hey guys, if you guys need windows, doors, siding, roofing, you need to give Window Nation a call. Listen, they do work all year round, but if you got to get this stuff done, you don't want to wait till the winter. You really don't. They do plenty of work during the winter, but you don't want to wait. And listen, you can call up 10 or 15 different window companies, and every last one of them are going to tell you that they're the best. But let me tell you something. There's you guys don't know this, but Tom DeBaum is actually a window expert. There's something called the air infiltration rate. And what that is where they take a fan. It's how they test windows, okay? And they take a fan and they turn it up. We talk about 25, 30 miles an hour, and they blow it they put the fan right on the window, and then they put a meter behind the window, and the meter measures how much air is actually coming through the window from that 25, 30 mile an hour gust. They can jack it up even higher than that. So for your windows to be energy efficient, Your windows have to have a rating of 0.33, minimum of 0.33. If they have a rating of 0.33, then that's considered to be an energy efficient window, and you can actually save money on your taxes if you have that energy efficient window. Well, I think the worst window that Window Nation offers has a 0.11 air infiltration rating. So, you know what? If you do need windows, all you got to do is pick up the phone, pick out 3, 4, 5 different window companies, and pick up the phone. And here's what you do: you call them and you say, "Hey, what's the air infiltration rate of your window?" If they don't know what you're talking about, hang up. You don't even want to talk to them if they don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Secondly, if they do know what you're talking about, and they should know what you're talking about, then ask them what their air infiltration rate. They ain't got to come to your house. Okay. But if they don't have an air infiltration rate of 0.33 or better, that's a company you don't even want to deal with. Okay. But like I said, Window Nation's worst is like 0.11, and the windows that I had were 0.001. So, you know, you get what you pay for. Okay. Danzante Bay, man, you guys go. We're ready to talk. We're going to talk Olympic golf, man. You guys get a chance to go. You got to go, man. That place is spectacular. It's breathtaking. I love the way they say my wife's name, Miss Laran. So if you guys get a chance to go, you absolutely got. It's breathtaking. The sunsets, it's so romantic. The food is good, and the golfing is spectacular. And you know, I spend my time on the golf course. Lori's going to be on the spa. So for you ladies out there, you can do that spa thing. So Danzante Bay, you guys want to check that out. Hey, let's get back to the show. Hey, Scotty Scheffler wins the Olympic gold in golf. Okay, Scotty Scheffler steals the Olympic gold medal with an epic comeback in Paris in a stunning Olympics final round on Sunday. Golf's world #1 player pulled off an incredible comeback performance to steal the gold. He stole that gold. Beginning the day 4 shots behind Xander Schauffele, 2-time major winner in 2024, and Jon Rahm, who was the #1 player before he went to the LIV Tour. Scheffler blitzed. You know, we get ready for football season. Scheffler blitzed the back 9 for 6 birdies to shoot a 9 under par 62. You know how we talked about in golf that you can't mosey through the park on the last day. You can't shoot even par. You can't shoot 1 or 2 under if you want to win a professional tournament. You got to do something, man. So you say, well, how did he steal it? If the guy shot 62, he shot lights out. He did. I'm getting ahead of myself. But Ron was so much more. So calm down, Tom the Bomb. Calm down. Just tell the people what they need to hear. All right. Okay. I'll do that. He shot 9 under par, a 62, to take home the title for the United States. England's Tommy Fleetwood, that's actually his name, I'm not talking about me. Tommy Fleetwood finished second to win the silver medal, while Hideki Matsuyama earned the bronze medal for Japan. Now, here's, like I said, now Scotty Scheffler shot a 62. So here's the question. Did Scotty Scheffler win the Olympic gold, or did Jon Rahm lose the Olympic gold? I think it's a little bit of both. Because 62, it ain't like they fumbled it to him. But man, okay, Jon Rahm lost the Olympic gold. So the most hated man in golf, and in case you guys don't know that, the most hated man in golf is golf analyst Brandel Chambly. He is so, what's the word I'm looking for? He is so uppity, and it's amazing. But Brandel Chambly says Jon Rahm's. This is Brandel Chambly. I'm quoting him. Brandel Chambly says Jon Rahm's Olympic collapse is one of the year's biggest jokes. That's not Tom the Bomb saying that, Nat Wood. That's Brandel Chambly saying that. Scotty Scheffler's thrilling comeback victory, rallying from 6 shots back during the final round at the Paris Olympics, was one for the ages. It was. But it was at the expense of Jon Rahm, the 54-hole leader, who let that lead slip away by shooting a 39 on the back nine. Now look. Right now, today, Tom DeBomb can go out and shoot a 39. I can do that. I can go out and shoot a 39 like that. Jon Rahm ain't supposed to be shooting no 39 on the back nine. And the thing that's amazing is the first 3 days, he shot 31, 32, and 33 on the back nine in the first 3 rounds. And then he shot a 39 on the back nine, while at the same time, Scotty Scheffler fired a 29 on the back nine. So Jon Rahm shoots a 39. Scotty Scheffler shoots a 29. Now, we don't have to be math majors to know that's a 10-stroke difference. He picked up 10 strokes on the backside itself. You can't pick up 10 strokes on a professional golfer in 4 days. How you gonna pick up 10 strokes on a guy in 9 holes? That's why Jon Rahm lost this Olympic gold. And by the way, Jon Rahm shot a 31 on the front nine. Like I said, he was 6 shots back. Like I said, Jon Rahm 39, Scotty Scheffler 29 on the back nine. That allowed Scotty Scheffler to win the gold medal, and it left Jon Rahm out of medal contention. So, as you can imagine, for the golfers that are out there, this led to the chatter on social media. Social media was blowing up, for golf fanatics. And on the Golf Channel, where analyst Brandel Chambly works, he didn't hold back on Jon Rahm's performance. So this is Brandel Chambly talking again, not Tom DeBomb. He says, that was just about the wildest back nine that you could ever imagine or ever predict, Chambly said. Rahm with a 4-shot lead in the goal position, and Scheffler 6 shots back when he's making the turn, wins the gold medal without even going to a playoff. One shoots a 29, and Jon Rahm shoots a 39. This is Brandel Chambly talking. So he's still talking. He says, so I'm going to put this down as one of the biggest collapse, one of the biggest chokes of the year. Probably right up there with Rory McIlroy coming down the stretch at the U.S. Open. Now, that's a good question. Which one was the bigger choke? Rory at the U.S. Open or Jon Rahm at the Olympics? And I will tell you, I never like to agree with Brandel Chambly. Elitist, that's the word I'm looking for. He's so elitist, he just comes off as I'm better than you, pretentious, and so I hate to agree with him, but man, I really don't know, because both of those were serious. I knew Rory McIlroy was going to choke. I told everybody that Rory was going to choke, but Jon Rahm, and here's one of the criticisms. Before Jon Rahm went to the LIV Tour, Jon Rahm was the #1 player on the PGA Tour. It wasn't Scotty Scheffler, it was Jon Rahm. But ever since Jon Rahm went to the LIV Tour, his game is really, really declined. But when you give a guy $300 million, what's his motivation to play? What's his motivation to win? I was reading an article where Tommy Fleetwood, who finished second, who won the silver, he was talking about how LIV approached him and offered him a lot of money to come to the LIV Tour. And he was saying, well, first of all, I never played golf for the money. He says, I play to try to get better. I play to try to compete. He said, he said, I have a family, I have kids, I have responsibilities. So it would be nice, that if I showed up, I got paid irregardless, because remember, golfers are independent contractors. They don't get paid for showing up unless you're on the LIV Tour. But anyway, he was like, he says, I would want to compete. And my wife and I, we decided that, if we had the money, if we got the money from LIV, it wasn't going to change our life. And if we don't get the money from LIV, it's not going to change our life. So he decided to stay on the PGA Tour. But a lot of one of the things that I didn't like with the social media fallout Because a lot of people were, there's a lot of people that are just really, really still hating on the Live Tour, and they was just making crazy comments like the reason he lost because they don't play 4 rounds on Live Tour, they only play 3 rounds, and he wasn't used to playing 4 rounds. But this guy's been a professional golfer most of his life, man. This guy's been playing golf for 20 years. This guy's still a young man. But 3 rounds, 4 rounds, that's got nothing to do with it. This guy just choked. He choked. He started getting double crossed, and if you're a golfer, it's kind of like, John Rahm's go-to shot is a fade, where it goes out to the left and comes back to the right. And he started getting double crossed. What is double cross? Well, if I'm going to hit my fade, it's going to go out to the left and then come back to the right. Well, it just started going straight and it didn't come back, so he started getting double crossed. And, in actuality, and here's the thing, this is what point I'm making. Rahm ended with 2 bogeys after making a birdie on 16, but Rahm was so solid for 3.5 rounds. He was leading the field in everything. He was leading the field in driving accuracy. He was leading the greens in regulation. He was leading in putting. These are all the stats that say you're going to win. He was killing it for 3.5 rounds. This guy blew up and shot a 39, and he still shot 70 for the day. So he still shot even par. But like we talked about, you can't shoot even par on Sunday. You can't shoot even par at a professional tournament and think you're going to win with even par. Can't do it. You can't do it. Can't use it. You can't do it. And I'm watching the tournament. And it was, and Brando Chambly is correct because it was the wildest. It's one of the wildest things. The only thing that I might have seen worst in my life in golf was John Vanderbilt when he choked at the British Open, and all he needed was a double bogey to win the tournament, and he made an 8 or a 9. Kept hitting the ball in the water like an idiot. Then he went in the water, and that's the worst thing I ever seen in golf. But this was pretty close because he was playing so well. He was playing so well, and Scotty Scheffler wasn't even in the picture. Scotty Scheffler was 6 strokes back. But man, Scotty Scheffler is the best iron player on tour. Okay, and here's the thing, and here's the thing about golf. If you're going to be a good golfer, you have to know how far you hit each club. So when you get a measurement and you say, and this is what Scotty Scheffler does better than anybody since Tiger Woods. So if you're 150 yards from the green, from the flag, you have to know what club I can hit 150 yards. Now you may say, well, I can hit a 7-iron 150 yards. But then to actually hit that 7-iron exactly 150 yards, that's something totally different. And that's what Scotty Scheffler does better than anybody on tour. If he has to hit it 109 yards, he hits it 109 yards. If he has to hit it 177, he hits it 177. If he has to hit it 227, he hits it 227. And that's the difference, because it's like, well, you know what? I played around with a golf guy recently, and I was giving him the yardage to the hole. And I said, it's 130 yards. And he said, it don't matter. As long as I get it somewhere between 130 and 135, I'll be okay. And that's how a lot of golfers is, and even some of the pros. But Scotty Scheffler is different because he's going to hit his number. One of the most famous golfers of all time is Ben Hogan. And there's a story about Ben Hogan where he asked his caddy for the yardage, and the caddy says, it's 128 or 129. And Ben Hogan says, damn it, is it 128 or 129? Because Ben Hogan, like Scotty Scheffler, if it's 128, he's going to hit it 128. And if it's 129, he's going to hit it 129. So he needs to know if it's 128 or if it's 129. And that's why Scotty Scheffler is winning all these tournaments, because he's just a remarkable iron player. And he compresses that ball and he hits his number. When you can hit that number, when you're one-on-one and you can hit it one-on-one, you're going to be hard to beat. And that's what's going on with Scotty Scheffler. But John Rahm outplayed all of them. He outplayed all of them for 3.5 rounds. He outplayed all of them. And then he just blew up and shot a 39 on the back. So it is what it is. So this will be major scar tissue for him. And so then they're falling out. They're still, Liv and the PGA Tour still going back and forth. They're still trying to come together because Rory McIlroy kind of got in trouble for cursing about the state of golf between Liv and the PGA Tour, and they asked Xander Schauffele about what Rory had said, and Xander just gave the perfect answer, and he says, well, that Rory, he kind of flip-flops, he kind of makes his mind, the sacrificial lamb, he kind of flip-flops. He says one thing and then he goes the other way. He's a flip-flopper. You either going to be hot or cold, but you don't want to be lukewarm. Rory's lukewarm. He ain't hot, he ain't cold, he lukewarm. Hey, let's wrap up the show. Let's wrap up the show talking about the U.S. women basketball team defeated Germany 87-68. Jackie Young heats up as the U.S. women's basketball team stays perfect to close the Olympic group play, making it 58 straight Olympic wins for the United States women's basketball. They've won 58 Olympic games in a row for the United States women's basketball team. The team was tested early, trailing by as many as 9 points in the first quarter before taking over in the second half. Aja Wilson and Brianna Stewart have captured the headlines, but it was the former number one pick overall, Jackie Young, who stole the show against Germany. Jackie Young knocked down 5 3-pointers, and she had a game-high 19 points. With the win, Team USA finishes 3-0 in group play, and they await the final between France and Australia for a finalized quarter bracket opponent. The last thing we want to cover today, I just want to hit this. I do want to talk about this, and I know Coy, I didn't send you this, but I just want to talk about. There's been quite a bit of controversy with the Olympics in France. I told you about the incident that they had with Sha'Carri Richardson and Shelly Ann Price about not letting them in to warm up. They've had some issues with the sand, with the water there. They were supposed to do triathlon, but the water is so bad that the swimmers can't swim in it, and some of the swimmers have actually gotten sick. So it's supposed to be a triathlete event where they run 26 miles and then they ride the bike for 50 miles and then they swim for 2 or 3 miles. Well, the water is so bad that they was like, they're not going to be able to swim. So they decided they're going to just do the running and the biking part. Well, it's a triathlete. It can't be a triathlete event if you're not doing 3 things. So Paris is beautiful, the most romantic city in the world. If you haven't been, you got to go. But, when everything is tallied up, I don't think they're going to get an A+. I don't think they're going to get an A at all for France hosting the Olympics. Everybody wants to go to Paris. Everybody's happy to be in Paris. But as far as putting on the Olympics, I don't think they've done a great job. Let me just say it like that. I'm not giving them an F or D, but I don't think I'll even give them an A or a B. And so there's been a lot of things that just haven't went off. And like I said, when we were in Paris, and I remember going around and I was thinking to myself, how are they going to host all these people? Because everything is so tight and so congested. I mean, the fact that if I go through this gate, I can get in, but if you make me go through another gate, it's going to take me 45 minutes to an hour just to get through the other gate. That's how congested it is. So, it's kind of like the place you definitely want to go. You definitely want to go, but not necessarily a place for the Olympics. I think in 2028, I think for the most part, people have a lot of, some people have some bad things to say about America, but I think everybody wants to come to America for the Olympics in 2028. Now, Barcelona was nice. Barcelona did a fantastic job. Barcelona got an A+. But I don't think that France is going to get an A+ for this Olympics. The last thing I want to hit on and talk about is the women boxing. Okay, and I had, forgive me, because I had the woman's name, and that's just it. She is a woman, and part of the problem is people were saying that she was transgender, that she was a man fighting women, and that's not the truth. That's not the facts. Okay? They're getting into the details about XY chromosomes, and she failed a test before, but I think for the Olympics she passed it. There's all kind of rumors floating around that she just took extra estrogen shots. That's how she got her levels down. But the fact of the matter is she is a woman, okay? And because her testosterone is so much higher, she's so much stronger, and she are punishing these women in boxing. She punishing them. She hit this one woman, and this one woman just quit. She said, "If I stay in here, I'm gonna die." So she is punishing them women, but she is a woman herself. She is. So a lot of people, they kind of read the headlines. They don't do the background. So we don't want to get out there and be irresponsible and say, yeah, that's a man out there fighting against women. It's not a man. It's not a man. She is a woman. Okay. She's not transgender. She is an actual woman. She just got a little bit more testosterone than the other women. She punishing them like, you guys remember the game Whack-A-Mole? She out there hitting them other women like Whack-A-Mole. When Troy was little, that was one of his favorite games, man. He always wanted to go play Whack-A-Mole. And that's the way she's beating these opponents, man. Everybody who get in the ring with her, man, you just got to start praying for her. And so she's assured right now to win a bronze medal, but I don't see no way that she's not going to get the gold. There is one other woman who also kind of is like her, so maybe they'll end up meeting for the gold medal. So we'll have to see, but I did want to touch on that. I promise you next week. I had her name and I just can't remember. It's slipping my mind. But you guys know what I'm talking about, because it's been getting a lot of play on social media about this man in the Olympics beating up women. He's not a man. She is a woman. And that is what it is. Hey, there was no trivia, no poll questions today. Hey, look. For a dynamic, in-depth analysis for the Washington football team and DC Sports and more, check out the Washington Sports Stand on Thursdays at 2 p.m. on WBGR with my main man, Felix Bassett. Man, time flies when you're having fun. We're out of time here, but we sure do thank you for spending your time with us. Listen, may the gates of heaven open and pour an abundance of blessings down on you, so there won't be room enough to contain it. Remember, if you want it, you got to confess it with your mouth and believe it in your heart that Jesus died on the cross and that he rose on just for you. Remember, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. And hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. God bless you. We'll see you on this same bat time on this same bat station. You guys say bye to Coy. Say bye, Coy. See you, Coy. God bless you. We'll see you guys next week. Hey, next week we're going to be on the road. We're going to be in East St. Louis, because my Uncle Zuba is turning 99. And we're having a big shindig for Uncle Zuba. Remember we talked about he was on the show before when he was 97? That's like a unicorn, a black man that's 99 years old, a World War II veteran. So we're going to have Uncle Zub on next week. So we're going to be on the road in East St. Louis. That's right, Tom the Bomb is coming home to the City of Champions, baby! We out.
Catch me, and if you wanna taste, you gon' have to pay a fee. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and about to blow up.